Okay.
Oh, why is he in stereo?
Huh?
Why is he in stereo and I'm in mono? And I gotta hold my ear like I'm talking to
I have one ear in. That's it. See?
Oh.
That's it.
Yeah, but you have hearing in both ears.
I do.
That's messed up.
I'll trade you.
I don't care.
I like those headphones better anyway.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna wear them.
Yeah, I don't need to hear myself.
I just want to hear it so that if I know something goes on,
Yeah, I mean,
filming,
somebody
it'll
should be
stop
monitoring.
and it'll cut out.
Yeah.
Just like one of us should be keeping an eye on that little red light over there.
And that's Buffum's job today.
Oh, shit. What the?
By the way, hi guys.
And welcome to our podcast. It's like a
Video cast?
podcast.
Podcast?
Vidcast.
Vidcast. That's there we go.
Vidcast. Copyright. Patented
Copyright.
by Summit Pass Studios.
I don't know if we have a name yet.
Okay. You guys got me stuck on the vidcast.
Vidcast.
You think it's not a good idea or what?
It's just an awkward name.
Yeah.
Vidcast.
Alright.
I like it.
Very awkward name.
You know what's awkward?
Me.
Buffum.
I know.
Definitely awkward.
I mean, we all are.
So, I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Boots.
I'm Buffum.
If you didn't know already, now you know. Playa.
I can't believe it.
Alright,
Just
so what are we talking about today, Jeremiah?
We're going to be talking about Disney Plus.
yeah.
Disney Plus just released this week. It's super exciting. I'm all right. I'm trying to contain the excitement to a hair.
He
now.
says this. He's not really trying to contain anything.
Because I don't want to say it's so incredible and then you get there and then be completely disappointed by it.
Well, I mean, part of that is how much does Disney affect your life? If you're a Disney fanatic, like some of us are, like me, like him,
I know I'm wearing Jurassic Park, but it's
still a theme park.
Oh wait, Disney doesn't own that
But
yet?
yeah,
No,
not
they don't.
yet. That's the other one. That's one of the other ones. One of the other five.
Universal's got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
that's
but I'm
Comcast,
just-
NBC, Universal. that owns that.
Amberlin.
Yeah.
Amberlin Entertainment. They
Yeah,
got that
Amblin.
one. Lock in.
All I'm
back to-
saying is Disney now owns a
Everything.
buttload.
Yeah, The
of-
Simpsons. One of the first things I saw when I turned
franchises.
it on was The Simpsons.
All right,
On
that-
the Disney Channel.
I can't believe it.
And I swear
Like-
that that's literally just like the sprinkling on it too. Like they're like, oh, by
yeah.
the way, we got all the seasons of The Simpsons on there too. What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Already putting out a new Star Wars show on there, The Mandalorian. Awesome, by the
Didn't
way.
Disney just break all the record books about the highest grossing box office ever? And
Yeah.
the title they took it from was Titanic and Avatar.
Yeah.
And now Disney owns both of those.
Yes.
Like-
Correct.
They just completely.
They own everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They will own
there's
this
gonna be
show
a lot.
probably one day.
Oh, I will happily sell their show to Disney, man.
That's the
we're
goal.
talking. I talked about how Disney's killing it this year in the video already.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about Marvel on this channel a lot. Star Wars on this channel a lot.
A lot.
To think that there's now just a place where we can all go and watch all of that. Dude, I literally went from watching The Mandalorian to watching Iron Man.
That's awesome.
What? In the same app
I
without
woke up
any-
for no reason at like 5:30 this morning, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm awake. Oh, what's this? Oh, look at that! The Muppet movie, the original Muppet movie, is on the Disney Plus streaming service."
Yeah.
So I turned that on, and like halfway went back to sleep, but I couldn't sleep because I was like, "Oh, it's the Muppet movie. I love this movie so much."
Dude, alright, so gargoyles.
Oh, I know.
Dude, gargoyles
I'm with you.
on there.
I just haven't. I haven't seen it or used it yet.
Ready for this one? I was laughing so hard. Johnny Tsunami and like all those
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
All the original Disney
like,
Channel
they have
original
all
movies.
those movies.
Brink.
The
dude,
Mighty
they have
Ducks
them
TV
all.
show, the cartoon where
Yes.
the Space
The,
Mighty Ducks.
the ducks. Yeah.
They
Where
really
That
Wild
was-
Wing actually looked like Wild Wing.
Well, because Disney still owned the NHL team.
Yeah, well,
Which,
no, that was when they had just created it.
yeah.
Like,
No, that's what
that
I
was
mean.
a
They
brand
they
new thing.
owned it.
Yeah.
The only reason
in
the Ducks
Anaheim,
came about was
you know?
because of Disney. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Anaheim. Ducks.
I got to
all
play
that made sense.
on the ice back when it was called the Pond of Anaheim.
That's right.
Fun fact.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Me and my little brother, we got to play before a game, or no, it was just after a game. We got to have a match. So it was still, the ice was still all jacked up from the third period of play, and yeah.
Brutal.
Dude, yeah, it was like,
Oh, that's horrible.
it was well played on NHL ice. But as like, we were like 11 or 12.
I can imagine soccer is kind of the same way. If you play on a field like after somebody,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Or
They tear it up before you
or
get
on
on
a
there.
muddy field, like,
That's what I'm saying. Like it gets all choppy out there, and you can't do anything about it.
Oh, no, but that's when you just turn it into a big old fun, like,
You know what? I saw
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year is on there.
what?
Rookie of the Year is on there.
Henry.
The Rocketeer is on there.
The Rocket, oh,
The
okay.
Rocketeer.
I gotta-
Ah, it's so good.
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna,
Rocketeer was a
Can't
good
be-
movie.
Like, it's a good campy comic book movie.
It was almost like a steampunk movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that one.
And it's a comic book movie. It's originally based on a comic book.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
What
That's
comic
actually
book?
a fun
The
fact.
Rocketeer.
oh,
It's an independent comic book from
Oh.
one of the indie labels.
dope.
What? Will. Oh man.
Will Wheaton?
No. True Will or Will. Damn.
Good Will Hunting?
No. The one with the guy that does sledding up in Alaska, and it's like Iron Will.
Oh, I think I
Iron
know
Will.
which one.
Iron Will.
Oh,
they,
and
they had that one on there too.
Free Solo too. The one about the dude that climbs up the El Capitan mountain.
Yeah, that's right. Without
That's like,
any
no
ropes.
nets, no ropes, no
Yeah.
safety, nothing. He free climbs all
Yeah.
the way up.
And on a better note, ready for this one? Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Jeff Goldblum.
In his own show. So yeah.
Oh, dude, there's also
I'll have to convince my brother to get it, so
there's
I
also a show called crap, I forget what it's called, but it has something to do with Imagineers, and it's
Yes,
basically
yeah.
like a history documentary about Walt and the starting
They have
of
Star Wars
Disneyland.
ones too, but I haven't dipped into it yet. As soon as I go on,
I'm only gonna
that comes.
So wait a minute. So they just put out this platform and then already have like a whole backlog of just.
Yeah, dude.
What are they? They're telling a bunch of people to go, hey, have no life for the next 72 to we'll give you 168 hours.
Yeah.
Just waste away for a while.
Even more than that.
That is
The way
nuts.
they're doing it is half of the shows they're only putting out like 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that with like they're
And
doing
so
that with
they're gonna be like,
Mandalorian,
oh,
right?
now-
No. Mandalorian's gonna be the full season.
No,
Right,
no,
but
one a-
it's
or
they're
one a
doing
week.
one a week. Yeah.
That's
I'm talking like on Gummy
saying,
Bears.
though.
On Gummy Bears, the old 90s cartoon. I watched
Yeah.
one of those earlier. And they only have like a handful of episodes from like the first or second season. But I know they're going to keep throwing more on there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's why they're like, oh, you need the service.
Well,
Because like you said,
it also depends because of
Yeah.
it maybe with that one specific show though that there was different likeness rights and stuff that's involved with it that they haven't got over yet. So like with Yu-Gi-Oh, like the third or fourth season with Yu-Gi-Oh isn't listed so that you could get it excuse me, on certain platforms. You just can't get it because it's not with the same brand.
Right.
You can get seasons 1 and 2, no problem. But 3 and 4, it was like impossible.
Well, that's also part of why, like, any service like this, Netflix, Hulu, now Disney Plus, Amazon, all of them, like, it's taken them a long time to build content and to cultivate the content, because back in the older days of television and movies, contracts said nothing about streaming rights and, you know, who gets paid for what and all of that.
That's a big deal.
And that's a huge deal. And they're finally, I mean, nowadays, anybody who signs a contract, the contract says for anything, however, whatever platform we put this on.
Any content we own.
They
Yeah.
have to work out likeness rights a lot more now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because the way that everything works, speaking of which, we probably have to even do that ourselves.
Yeah, we will.
Yay.
Fun corporate.
Yay, business, fun.
Yeah. Hopefully there's money involved.
One day.
Or at
One
least,
day.
if there's not much money involved, at least we don't have to spend too much of our own money.
True.
That's the main goal.
well, we already have a lot of this stuff now, so we don't have to like stretch.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's kind of indirect now.
All kinds of fun toys.
Well, just the editing. I was like, oh my gosh.
Alright, so back to we'll go off on all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because I could talk about that editing program for about 4
So
days.
I know that one
Just
big
4?
thing
Just 4.
everybody, well, before we get to the Mandalorian, cool little tidbit, did you guys know that the dog from and the Tramp was an actual rescue dog. And that one of the stars, I forget which one off the top of my head, but she adopted the dog afterwards.
So they released that Lady and the Tramp only on Disney Plus? Mm-hmm. That's crazy because I thought that was going to be a big seller on the movies.
They did crunch the numbers and they realized that it wouldn't be a big seller at the movie theater. Because that is
Animal
not something...
movies kill!
Not as much anymore.
Air Bud, remember?
Air Bud.
In like 90s and early 2000s.
Think of Homeward Bound.
I know.
Like, dude, they did it. Those movies sell. Cat from Outer Space, you got a lot of animal movies
to get people to the movie theater because now streaming services exist. The movie theaters are changing drastically.
Dumbo sold and Dumbo sucked.
Barely. They barely made it.
I love Disney, don't get me wrong, but Dumbo, the live action movie was not good. And Colin Farrell. Oh my God. I've never disliked Colin Farrell this much in my life.
I mean, I'm with you. I love Tim Burton, and I'm like, Tim, what did you do here?
Yeah, with Alice in Wonderland.
No, Tim Burton did Dumbo. I'm talking about Dumbo. That was Tim Burton. Yes, sir.
Mind blown.
I think that edit needs to happen right there, for sure. Because, dude, yeah.
Mind
legitimate blown. What does that mean? There's no words there.
Yeah, that was Tim Burton that did that Dumbo, and I was like, what is going on with your career?
What does that mean? I love having Tim Burton in there.
The best. But,
yeah, that was garbage. That was garbage.
And then, like, I mean...
Well, that's why you didn't know he did it.
Lion King.
I was hoping to God that he didn't.
We were talking about this earlier, but like the Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
National Geographic footage and used the original voices, and we would have gotten basically the same movie.
Next time you guys want a movie done, just hire us. We'll do it.
We got you.
Or like even do the Maleficent thing where you tell the villain story instead, like that. Or like do a movie that's
like that. Oh my stars.
Now they do all the backstories of all the villains.
Like that could be with like Dwayne Johnson or somebody that's like just yoked.
I don't know. After seeing The Rock and The Mummy, was it The Mummy 3, Scorpion King?
I got an idea for you.
John Cena.
I got a better movie with the perfect actor. Okay? And I read this in a meme, and I know you guys probably did too. But it's Atlantis. Okay? With Tom Holland playing Michael.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that one.
That would be legitimate.
That could be cool.
That would be legitimate right there. Like redo that movie.
It's got potential.
Because that steampunk era kind of stuff, but then you kind of tie in
mythology.
Yeah, it would be so cool. That live action, the imagery of that would be really good. And if they didn't do it yet, what? Like, sign me up. I want to direct that. Like, I really want that job. Like, that would be so fun.
Smart, bro. I don't want to direct that.
No, I would eat that up.
We get a really good green screen team.
Oh yeah.
And we find
like they did the Avengers. The Avengers was all shot on green.
Exactly. Alright, but then we would have sections where we go like Norway and all those other places like they did in the movie.
That's what he's saying. We're getting them to pay us to do this.
The money, we're just doing it.
Alright, you go solo on that and get yourself as a producer.
Kids these days.
I don't want to produce. I want to direct and write. It's already written.
You direct it.
Technically, it's already written.
Or you produce it. I mean, you go sell us.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to get those execs hammered.
And you could.
Oh, you could. If anybody could do it, it'd be me.
There can only be one.
I am the one. There are many of us, but I am the one.
And see, that's where you would get to go scout. You get to go scout set scenes and stuff like that. And that's where I
doing that. Oh, dude, I know about. There's some dope locations I can think of for the Atlantis stuff.
Think about the vacations you would have to take.
I just did a shoot where I got to go to the Westworld set, that medical area where like all the robots would be brought to get repaired and stuff.
Yeah.
I got to go to that actual location.
That's
it's
cool.
like a teaching hospital thing for, I don't know, one of the big hospitals out in LA, but like it was super cool. Like one of the guys said something about that, and I was like, wait, what? And I looked around and I'm like, holy crap, it is. I'm really in the actual room where Maeve like got brought back to life and shit. Like, it was insane.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was just in Hawaii, so it's not like I saw anything.
No, just Hawaii and the
It was so lame. Just like Hawaii.
I didn't see anything.
Girls.
You weren't on
married. I couldn't see any of those. Those are censored automatically. You know, when you get married, when you get married, there's literally it's just censored. Like literally, a girl is censored. They just look like a blurred out object. You know that they're a girl, but
everything else is just nothing.
Yeah.
It's like salt. It's just kind of there.
Now it gets real weird with other situations, but we're not going to get into that right now.
Uh-oh.
But I know before it happens. That's the weird part. I'm like, hey, you're about to go mess with something.
What? Yeah, where did that one go?
Yeah, we dove down a weird place right there.
Oh man. Someone ate too many marijuanas today.
Don't eat marijuana.
Alright, so I'm going to stop that before we go too much further and just go Mandalorian.
Speaking of marijuanas, how about Mandalorian?
That show was...
Marijuana to Mandalorian, it makes sense.
That show
No, it
was
doesn't.
so beautiful.
I haven't seen it.
The way it was shot was amazing. The pacing, it's an episode, so that's why I had to.
It's a weekly series, right?
Step back a little bit more because it's not a movie; it is a TV series. But what they did right, and they succeeded. I know we're probably not going to talk about this a lot, but the Breaking Bad movie El Camino or whatever, it failed where Mandalorian succeeded. Like, it was the pacing of a show that killed the movie for me, but then the show, it actually made it for me at the end when all the pacing built up to the right moment. There was no...
That payoff at the end. We'll be as spoiler-free as we can for you guys.
Well, we can talk about that in another video later.
Yeah, we'll do another video where we'll do spoilers on it.
Probably when the season's completely over, I would think. Exactly, we'll do like a straight week or something of just filming those and then releasing it.
Yeah. So that's later. Right now we'll be spoiler free.
Probably right after 9 comes out sometime.
Alright, so in regards to like the way it looked, the visuals were amazing. Cinematography was fantastic. The practical effects and the practical sets and the makeup was stunning for being a weekly show. Like that was just so good. There was one particular CG element towards the beginning, without spoiling too much, it had to do with a guy and his had tentacles coming off of his face. And they stood out as very obviously CG, Uncanny Valley, but it wasn't that. It was like, okay, if that's a character they had this one time, it makes sense that they wouldn't spend it on.
It was a blur. It didn't happen very fast.
But the graphics and the way that the CG and or practical character at the very end, that one thing at the very end too, I'm not sure if that was practical or CG. That thing that he finds at the very end. Like,
The thing with the thing and he doesn't know the thing.
Well, if you've seen the episode, you know what we're talking about. If you haven't seen it yet, we didn't spoil it.
Yeah, there's a helicopter above.
It's really loud too.
Oh, hell yeah. Low pressure.
If you have seen it, then you know what we're talking about. If you haven't seen it, then we're not spoiling anything for you yet.
Don't worry, I'm like you. I haven't seen it.
So we're not trying to spoil anything for him yet either.
It's just the mulligan at the end of the show.
But the action sequences in this show so far have been well beyond what I expected. I didn't expect to see Rebels in live action, which is what Filoni brought to this episode. I had expected a little bit slower pace.
Dave Filoni, who is the director of the first episode, he's also the showrunner for this. He was also the showrunner for
Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars The Clone Wars.
And he's doing the Resistance right now too.
Yeah.
And he's also doing the last season of Clone Wars, which will be on
I think he
Disney
did Gargoyles.
Plus.
I think he worked on Gargoyles
He was also an Avatar of the Last Airbender.
Yeah.
He was in a couple episodes of those too.
He is so cool.
One of the better directors for animation, and I really do believe that he will get one of his own live action movies here in the future.
Yeah,
I really believe it.
I want him to direct the Ahsoka movie. I want him to direct an Ahsoka standalone.
And that would be the way to introduce Thrawn and Ezra's quest.
Right.
Now in a
Bring her
movie,
back in,
in a
bring her in
freaking
as
movie
adult.
with Ezra, and Sabine
And
and
I'm
her
with Kev
need to be
Smith,
up
have
there.
Rosario Dawson play her. Because I think that would be super awesome. She'd be a perfect character. She has the right attitude. She's hot.
It just sucks because of you know her voice.
Yeah.
Like, her voice really
That's true.
rings
And
with the
Ahsoka
character.
doesn't. Her voice was much
You
softer.
know, with the character,
Yeah.
like it's gonna be hard to say Ashley Eckstein like, hey, you can't voice Ahsoka.
I mean, that's the other option is have
You
Ashley
voice her.
Eckstein could just play the character.
That's what everybody wants at this point.
But
too.
I mean, the same
she
thing
would have to
happened-
get she'd
Same
have to
thing
get
happened
a
with
lot
Tara
of
Strong,
like.
though. Everybody wanted Tara to play Harley Quinn, and
True.
Margot Robbie's doing a great job. Like, I have
But-
no problem with her portrayal of the character. There's other things and other characters in some of those movies that I had problems with, but her was great. Sideline for a second. I also do the DC streaming app, and I cannot wait for the animated series where she is voicing Harley in the animated series. Like, that's gonna be dope.
All right, so DC
Back to
does one good thing though.
Yeah.
I'll give you one credit.
Oh.
Is their movies with the animation. Like,
And well, if we're gonna give DC the credit that DC is due, then we have to bring up the Arrowverse and how amazing the crossover this year looks. Because the crossover this year is gonna be literally.
see, I haven't got into
It's-
Arrow.
If you just watch the crossover this year. You don't need to watch any of the rest of it. Just the five episodes that are like 3 before the mid-season break and the 2 after. Just watch those, because in that 5 episodes, every live action and I think most animated series are being acknowledged as existing as part of the actual multiverse.
So the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did it finally, huh?
But even more, Burt Ward is making a guest spot. There's a newspaper with Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne's face that is going to show up. Tom Welling from Smallville is going to be there. Dean Cain is one of the few I haven't heard confirmed that he has some mention or reference or something.
As Superman.
Brandon Routh is playing Superman again.
What?
Which he played a version of the Christopher Reeves Superman, like it was supposed to be that story.
Okay.
And so it's a way that they can honor Christopher Reeves' Superman movies.
Well, then
Wonder
Dean
Woman,
Cain, they have to have him be like Clark Kent or something then.
No, well, it's multiverse. They're all Clark.
Oh.
It's all Clark. It's all just different versions of Clark for those ones.
Oh, so they went that
They're going
route.
legit multiverse, like just like into the
Like
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, gotcha.
Only DC did that first in the comic books.
Yeah.
In the Infinite Crisis was, I mean, that's from like 89 or 83, something like that, I forget. But it's been around for, that storyline and idea has been around because it's a way for them to take and be like, okay, all of this exists.
I know, but Marvel again,
Now we have one story.
they just do one thing so well. They just get out in front of DC.
Well, right now,
Right, with all the movies.
Look at the history, bro.
That's what I'm saying with the movies. They've got out and so in front of them so much that it's hard to cover
look
up.
at the 80s. Look at the 80s. You can say anything about Batman or Superman from the 70s, in the
True.
70s, in their time.
And during that time, you couldn't really say anything good about
Right.
Iron Man or the
Right?
Hulk.
You didn't know.
those
I mean,
characters.
unless you were a nerd like me, you didn't know who those characters were.
So I think that there's
It's
a
just always
defining,
been.
there's a defining point in movie history, and I kind of came up with this last night while I was watching Iron Man. 2 movies released during that same time, and this is the closeout of this video, probably. Dark Knight and Iron Man came out around the same time.
Yep.
Okay? Those 2 movies were at the peak of when comic book movies became to our forefront of our imaginations and everything, because before that you had Blade, you had the first Batman Begins, you had those other Batman movies, but they were all
The
kept in
X-Men movies,
they were all in the
Spider-Man
comics.
movies.
Yeah, like you just were stuck in the comics with them. You couldn't get them out. Even with X-Men, how good I thought X-Men was when it came out, I still just, it's a comic book movie. It's a comic book movie. I'm not emotionally invested into this in any way, shape, or form. But The Dark Knight, you're just like, oh, what? And then Iron Man, the first one, like, there's so many points in that movie where I was just like, wow, they really captured a Tony Stark character and really developed it for this.
And the thing is Robert Downey Jr., because of his history and what everybody knew about him and all of that,
he was Tony Stark.
The perfect actor and the perfect person for that role.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And now, after watching that and then thinking all the way to Endgame and everything, and I'm so glad that all of that's on this app too, because I could just keep watching Marvel movies all day long if I want to at this point. Yeah. And it's been awesome. Tell me what what are you guys' thoughts, by the way, on that? Like Dark Knight and Iron Man. Like around that time thing, I really think that is the catalyst that started everything.
That's kind of what opened up the floodgates for everybody to realize, we now make this style comic book movie, and it's no longer a comic book movie. We have everybody that gets invested in these characters, and now we've brought in, they've brought in how many new fans of franchises and series because of make one real good.
Captain America, I always thought was the dumbest superhero.
Yeah,
and all right, let me finish because this is important. I thought he was the dumbest superhero at first. I really did. I was like, how are you this naive? How are you this dumb? But then all of a sudden, like, they put out the first Captain America movie, and I'm like, wow, they really humanized this guy and put it into a context where like I'm visually seeing it now, so it's not just like me imagining this puny dude that's just won't give up.
And for somebody like me, who I grew up reading those comic books before they were even, and watching them on the TV screen, watching the cartoons, I knew those stories, and I'm like, oh, now you see what I've been talking about all this time. Spider-Man is the most amazing character in American literature. Because he really, really is.
He's gone through the most shit.
He's gone through the most. He is also, because of the fact that Spider-Man is a kid who puts something over his mouth, over his face, over his entire face. Anybody could be Spider-Man. He's a kid, so he's flat-chested, so it could be a young lady who hasn't developed yet. It could be a black boy. Could be a Hispanic. It doesn't matter who is under the mask. And then he goes through these incredible human stories.
That's why Spider-Verse is so cool.
That's what I was just about to start naming off the different Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's the kicker. I really hope that if Disney didn't work that out. Who?
Mark Bernardin. He's a writer.
I can't wait to see banging on the table here. Just on the glass table, but break it. Sharpen that, man.
Whoa, easy. No karate chopping.
Sorry, I had to have
this guy's over.
So, what are you wanting to bang the table for?
Basically, that Childish Gambino needs to play the Prowler in one of these next couple movies.
Oh my god.
Because he's the character already. It's the name. It's the name. He's already the uncle.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
And that's the way they introduce Miles, and then they give Miles the story, and then that's the way for them to be able to have Tom Holland keep going and keep playing in the Avengers world, and they can have Miles go over and play and be in the Spider-Man universe in New York. Mm-hmm. And that's how Sony and Marvel can keep making Spider-Man movies.
Eventually, Peter Parker's got to go to space.
Yeah.
Eventually, again.
Remember, they already did it once.
Yeah. All right, but this time is like his journey in space.
And I mean, artistic license. They can always change it up, but I definitely agree that I want to see Tom Holland Hulk out and become a giant Venom monster.
And Tom Hardy is supposed to be set up to be in a movie with
Tom Hardy and Tom Holland going after.
They're supposed to already be.
It's supposed to be in the works.
Yeah, thinking about the trying to outact each other. Like, oh my god, that'll be so much fun.
All right. I don't even think that's a competition in acting, to be completely honest.
Well, that's the thing. Tom
Holland is a real actor. Tom Hardy's just like Tom Hardy.
I know. That's how Tom Hardy acts. And so we had this discussion
in the Top Toms video. Shameless plug. Go check out Top Toms. The top 5 Toms in Hollywood to us. But it was really funny because we were talking about this exact thing. I'm like, come on, you gotta be kidding me. This guy's not even a good actor. And they're like, but he's been in all these movies. I was like, yeah, being carried by good actors. Yeah.
Alright, so back to the task at hand. Disney Plus, pretty awesome.
Amazing.
Willing to try it. 7-day free trial, by the way.
Yeah, I don't do those.
I know.
I just find somebody's account and borrow it.
Yeah, just pay it. It's not bad.
Pay for it.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let somebody else pay for it.
Yeah. Make your brother do it. Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm
All
gonna
right,
steal his
guys.
account.
I'm gonna sign off for us. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
I've been Jeremiah. Follow me at Jeremiah Talks on Twitter. Jeremiah Talks 4 at Twitter. Sorry.
Brandon. Follow me on Instagram. Brandon LB. What's up?
Boots. At roller boots everywhere. Deuces. Fucking watch us.
Watch. Or you never.